Good morning, good morning, good morning. Going live at both Quick and on live stream to talk about process a little bit as I am preparing to go on a job. I worked a couple of months to get this together. I'd had a kind of an accident. This cart got loose in a truck and it destroyed the rack here, among other things. So I decided to replace this rack with an aluminum-based, much lighter rack, and replace the drawers that got all bent up with aluminum drawers. And I think I took off about 30 pounds from this cart that contains the microphones. This is a drawer for the boom operators that, generally speaking, it would contain their two transceivers here, microphones and windscreens and shock mounts. I had to replace the aluminum drawers from Starcase. Starcase not only got me the drawers, but the rack, replaced the locks with a combination lock that'll allow us to keep the gear safe while we're on the streets of New York. Not notoriously safe for expensive gear. This keeps all of our little tips and tricks for keeping things quiet in our media, as well as expendable batteries and stuff like that. So I reworked this cart quite a bit. Ended up putting the boom bobbers on the same side as the cables. Got a new carpet caddy. As yet, without carpets, they're all being retrained to be flat. But this comes off, and I had my welder buddy put some wheels on it so it could be rolled around. We'll see if they'll last. I'm not so sure they're robust enough, but also had my welder buddy put on a way to attach this. Oh, hard to see, not very well lit. A way to attach it to this cart, both at the top and the bottom. So it's got 2 points of attachment there. Mikey Ford originally built this cart fairly quickly on a job for me, but yeah, that's that. Now, this cart, going up there to see the antenna arrays that have been a little bit tweaked. The other thing I did this winter was to change my mount point for this antenna mast. Found a spot for a 750 spud to go on there, so that it would be a little bit more securely attached to the cart. Furthermore, I did wall-to-wall Velcro carpeting on the back of this thing so that I could, and this is one of the coolest things, but I got 2 rolls of this Velcro, both male and female, without adhesive on it. And I've been using that a lot for cable management. As you can see up here in the underneath this shelf, I've managed all the little cables there. Number one, this is thanks to Jeff Wexler, Richard Lightstone, I think, for turning me on to the Rosco Light Pad LED light solution. The other thing I did was to have made a bunch of holes. Gee whiz, hard to get in there and see, but there's a hole here through which I can run some cables so that they aren't going outside of the cart. Got another hole here, another hole here, hole here through which I run this very tough RF cable that goes to the 2.4 gigahertz communication system that sends time code and audio to the transceivers from Zaxcom. Kind of beefed up my Cat5 presence. This is ready to potentially go to the DIT, the Digital Imaging Technician. Also worked on my logo. Got some stickers. The other potential way to send Cat5 and receive Cat5 signals is this pigtail from ETS. Not sure what the DIT will need on this next job, so I'm ready to go either way. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, well, this was a project that I started last summer, this laptop stand that can go basically wherever I want fairly quickly. Right now it's in position to actually use if I had to adjust some files on the recorder so it's low so I can actually type. Usually it rests up in here. But it's got a quick release from a camera thing so I can take it off if it's getting in my way at the last minute. What I'm doing today is I'm running down these are the transceivers for the boom operators. I'm exercising the batteries, letting them run down. Let's see how we're doing. This one's down to 8. That one's still at 9. So I'm going to run them down all the way and then charge them up and make sure they're all working correctly. In addition, I'm testing out to see, this is a new system that I got out of respect for my third very high quality audio to send private communications to my third, and because I haven't really had my hands on it, I don't know how the rechargeable batteries will do, so I'm going to run this device until it runs down so I have a kind of an idea how the rechargeable 9-volt batteries will fare. Something I kind of need to know. But yeah, I also, since I flew the aluminum racks from Starcase on the other cart, once I had my hands on it and decided it was pretty darn sturdy, I also ordered one of these aluminum racks for this cart that I'm pretty happy with. Also found a keyboard tray which opened up some shelf space. I used to carry it back there where the doily can now be seen, but now it's a little more handy for me to actually use in order to, for example, I hit F1. Oh, see, that's a little overexposed. Hit F1 in the morning, and I can change the folder into which I record. So the first day will be folder 1, and then the next day, day 2, will be number 2. The next thing I need to do is record a slate, and this allows me to name the scene. And then the next thing is with F3. I hit F3 and I go into the time code menu, which every day I have to adjust the user bit, which I can do now with the keyboard very easily, and then also edit the time code value using the keyboard. Much easier to be done that way. Jam the value, and there we go. Oh, I shouldn't have done that because I actually set the time code at 0 when I first racked up these batteries, so I would have an idea of how long they would last. But the timer is set in the kitchen for 3 hours, so that that's typically when we try to put new batteries in, mid-morning, in other words, so we don't have to worry about batteries dying. So, yeah, this is this hole. It was a much too big a hole for the purposes of sending this snake here through. Live and learn. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with all the little improvements. I've rewired a lot here. I like the keyboard drawer because it's got cable management out of the box. It's got nice little ways, a channel through which I can run the keyboard cable and the other little cables. I've added an LED light array that blows this out, but there's a light up there on the keyboard as well as a light just here to light up the back. And I've got a dimmer that's in the keyboard drawer so that I can control the value of that light in the event I need to be invisible on set or something. But yeah, that's I'm pretty psyched, pretty psyched to fly it out next week, and hopefully it'll sound really good.